Hey guys, good day. My name is David, and I am basically the operations manager for Synergy. And for today's video, I will want to welcome you and walk you through the task that we will be doing. This is the initial training that you will be having as part of your application for a cold calling. And again, welcome to Synergy. So, Synergy is the name of the team. Um, we've had this call center for almost 7 years, turning 8, and we're based out of San Diego, California. So initial, if someone asks where you're calling from, you just have to say you're calling from San Diego, California. Please have your pen and papers ready. And so, if you have any questions, just feel free to write it down, and then we could have a separate session on things that you may want to clarify. Again, welcome to Synergy. All right. So, things that you need to have so you could start. Number one, a quiet work environment. No need to explain that. Number two, you need to obviously have your own computer, either laptop or desktop would do. We advise that it's wired, although connection through Wi-Fi is okay, but we really suggest that it's wired. A noise cancellation headset, that's definitely a requirement. There's a lot of headset out there, but really does not really protect you from the noises in the environment. So a noise cancellation headset is needed. Number four, a Gmail account. Number five, Skype account. If you already have created a Skype account, please add me up there. So my Skype ID is Christian_David21. And then lastly, you would need to have a PayPal for your weekly payroll. All right? Okay, so next, what do we do? What do we actually do every day? So we do an outbound business to business calling. So we call small to medium sized businesses in the United States. We cater all states, and we see if they're interested in getting an additional capital or business loan. And if they are interested, then we ask them pre-qualification questions, and if they pass, we transfer the call to our premier lender. So basically, that's the whole process. We call business owners. We ask if they're interested in getting a loan. If they are interested, we ask for pre-qualification questions, and then we transfer them over to our lender. The whole process is already considered as a sale. All right? Next. So, what are the basic qualifications for a business owner to qualify for a loan? Number one, they should be in the business for at least 6 months. Please write that down. Number two, they should have at least $15,000 monthly revenue. Lastly, they should have a minimum credit score of 500. So aside from credit score, sometimes it's also called FICO score. So basically, credit score is something that will determine their eligibility to get a loan. That's basically their credit worthiness. Okay. So again, that's minimum of 500. Next, tools that we will be using. All right, so obviously we will have our own system. We have our dialer, and it's called Hello Hunter. For you to go there, all you have to do is go to dialer.easyfinancing.biz. Once you already have agreed to start working with us, you will be provided with a login. Agent Verif sheet. So this is a sheet, a Google sheet that is shared amongst everyone. It's going to explain further within this training on how you could use the Agent Verif sheet. Next is Ringba. So I will also explain that later on. So basically, Ringba is an application that determines which lender did that call went through. Again, I'll explain that further. Next is the MCA form. So MCA form is the last thing that you have to fill out once you have completed a sale. Also want to write down the website for MCA form, double-verified.com/live transfers. Keep the password as well, as I will go through that in a few. All right. Next, So the dialer training, there's going to be a separate dialer training. I will be putting that in the description box. You just have to go through the 3 materials: video 1, video 2, and then how to auto and manual dial. Go over it, learn it, and if you have any question, write it down. Feel free to ask. Next, the script training. So basically, this script that we're using has been tried and tested. It's been working for us for years. So you may want to use this verbatim for the meantime. If you find yourself comfortable in using another script as you go, feel free to do so. But for the meantime, this is the suggested verbiage. So the intro goes like this. Hi, I'm looking for, then the name of the prospect. Say, for example, hi, I'm looking for John. Hi, John. My name is Dave. I'm the business manager calling from Smart Funder. I'm calling about your business, and then here you may want to ask for their business name. It's going to be populated in the system, so it wouldn't really be hard for you to determine what's the name of the prospect and then what's the name of the business. So, again, hi, I'm looking for John. Hi, John. My name is Dave. I'm the business manager calling from Smart Funder. I'm calling about your business, John Resto. You own this, right? If they confirm that they are the owner of the business, this is the next script. Few of my lenders are interested in speaking with you and wants to provide you working capital for your business. So how much money do you need? So that's the intro. Now, if they're interested, if they mention an amount, then you go through the pre-qualification question. All right? Let's go to the next slide. So these are the pre-qualification questions. Number 1, how much money do you need? All right, so you already have asked that in your intro. The next question is, how much did you do last month? Basically, question number 2 is about how much they're making every month, how much they're depositing every month. As mentioned previously, the minimum deposit that they need to get every month is $15,000. Just want to take note on question number 1, how much money do you need? The loan amount should only be 4 times their monthly revenue. All right? So say, for example, they're making $15,000 every month. The maximum loan that they could take is only $60,000. All right? Few of them may say that, oh, I need $100,000, or they need more than that. You should just say, okay, no problem. The best thing that we could do is start with this amount for the meantime, and then as you go, as you build relationship with the lender, that loan amount could definitely increase. But for the meantime, let's start with $60,000. Okay? Next, what is your credit score? It should be at least 500. By the way, if on question number 2 and question number 3, if they're not depositing 15,000, end the call right away. Move on to the next call. Okay? No need to explain a lot of things. They're not qualified. Don't waste your time. Move on to the next call. Same exact thing with the credit score. If their credit score is below 500, there's no need in talking to them. Move on to the next call right away. Again, their credit score should be at least 500. Okay? And then, why do you need the money? So this is the reason for taking the loan. This is the money question. You really have to pay close attention on what they would answer at this point. All right? Because this is where we will find, or this is where we would really gauge whether they're motivated or not. We also need to make sure that they're motivated and they're serious loan takers. Okay? So, next question. How long have you owned this business? As what I mentioned, they should have owned the business for at least 6 months. Next is, what is your email address? If asked why we need the email address, this is where we will be sending the application form. All right? Next, I just want to make sure that you don't have any defaults, right? Okay, what's a default? Basically, a default is if they have missed making payments on their loans in the past. So people who has loan history and they defaulted, meaning they did not pay on time or they did not pay the loan, aren't really allowed to take loans out any longer. They're just basically high risk customers, and most of our lenders would really not give them loans because of the history. So the people we need to talk to or the people we need to transfer to are people who has no defaults in the past. So again, if they have any defaults, we cannot transfer them to our lender. Okay? So now that you've gotten everything at this point, after you ask if they have any default, next thing you need to do is transfer the call directly to our lender. Using our dialer, you have to dial the transfer line and then put the call over to our lenders. Now, as what I mentioned here, once you've gotten all the info, you may now transfer the call to the lender. Now, there are two numbers that we can transfer the call to. Depending on their credit score, here are the numbers that we can transfer. Number one, the main line. Main line is 207-481-7718. Now, if your borrower or lead's credit score is from 500 to 679, you have to use the main line. Okay, 207-481-7718. Again, if their credit score is from 500 to 679, use the main line. Now, the 680 line, from the name itself, if their credit score is above 680, then use the 680 line. All right? There are some lenders who are requiring their credit score to be at 680. Okay? So make sure that you know their credit score before you decide where we can transfer the call to. Just some side notes. We do not cater businesses that falls under the following industry: trucking and transportation. Okay, so there's a lot of leads that from the name itself it would have trucking. So don't talk to them any longer. Just move on to the next one. The transportation is the one that's kind of going to be a little bit confusing. So if they're movers, if they're hauling business, they are not they are considered as trucking, and they are considered as transportation. If they transport goods from places to places, that's considered as transportation, and we cannot cater them. But if they sell like auto parts, if they repair trucks, if they repair cars, those are automotive. They also are considered auto sales. Hence, it's different. Automotive and auto sales can be transferred. Okay? If you have any question about that, feel free to ask. Next, law firms, we cannot transfer them. Funding firm, like a company that also provides business loans, we cannot accommodate them. Obviously, porn industry, we do not accept, and also gambling and casino. All right? Any question, feel free to write that down. Okay. Now, at this point, you're dialing the transfer line, and you probably are waiting for someone to answer the call. To be honest, it may take time for the lenders to answer the call, sometimes within 20 seconds, sometimes it could take a minute. So for us to prevent dead airs and unnecessary pauses, while waiting for the lender to answer the call, please use that space or time to answer more questions. You can use which state they are in, what industry does your business belong to, or if they have any loans out. If they have any loans out, you may want to ask how many loans you have out and how much is the total. All right? Use that time to ask some more questions. But basically, the first 7 questions, as soon as you obtain them, you transfer them right away to the lender and then ask some more questions like this. Okay? Next, now that the lender has answered the call, we have our handoff script. So the handoff script goes like this. Hi, I have John on the other line. He is in need of 50,000 for buying equipment. Please take good care of him. That's it. Okay? Hi, I have John Smith on the other line. He's in need of 50,000 for buying equipment. Please take good care of him. All right. Note, after successfully transferring the call, do not disconnect the call yet. All right? Again, do not disconnect the call yet. Listen to the call first as you have to ensure that they are in negotiation. Some of the answers in the form that you'll be filling out too will be discussed on the talk with the lender. Okay, you just kind of have to say for about a minute or two and make sure that they're already talking, they're in negotiation. Just one thing you have to avoid: if they are already talking, do not talk any longer. At that point, you're good as dead. You're just there on the line listening to make sure that they're in negotiation. That's it. You are prohibited from talking anymore. Okay? And then once you're sure that they're already in negotiation, then you have to do your after transfer work. Okay. So what are the after transfer work? Number one, you have to check on Ringba where the call was transferred. Ensure that the lender and the borrower had a good conversation, as previously mentioned. Okay, number one is check Ringba. Number two is fill up MCA form. Okay, so what is Ringba? I mentioned that a while ago. So Ringba is an application that tells where the call went to. When I say where, I mean which lender did it go to. Because there's multiple lenders in our network, we have to determine where the call went. So say for example, look at my my cursor or my mouse. Say for example, you transfer this call 419. The phone numbers here would always have +1 as their country code. The phone number is 419-936-0104. All you have to do is kind of do a control find in Ringba, and then try to find the phone number of the lead that you're talking to. All you have to do is just copy it from the dialer, and then do a control find, control F in Ringba, and from there you will be able to see here in the target section the company where the call went to. So it says here Real Business Solutions. So you have to send the form to Real Business Solutions. That's how the company that took the call be able to obtain all the details that you previously have gotten in your pre-qualification part. Okay? Don't worry about it yet. It may sound overwhelming at first, but we will learn as we go. We will be helping you out on this. Okay? Next, after knowing which company took the call, the next thing that we have to do is fill out a form, which is what we call the MCA form. Again, you have to go to https://verified.com. It's what we call that is what we call the MCA form. Okay, so the initial you'll be asked to put in the password twice. The first password is Synergy123. Once you're in, you'll be asked to click on a specific company. There are a couple of call centers that Synergy supports, and we are Easy Financing. So click on Easy Financing, and then the last password for that is Easy123. And from there out, fill out the form. Okay? Next. All right. So guys, take note. Filling out a form is a little bit difficult at first because there should be a format that we have to follow. Incorrect format could lead to your sale being returned. When a lead is being returned, that means it's not going to be counted, or you won't get the credit for that. Okay? Now, let's talk about so this is basically the form, the screenshot on the forms. So for company name, all beginning letters of each word should be capitalized. Okay? So say, for example, the name of the company is John's Resto. J and R since they're the beginning letter, they should be capitalized. Same exact thing with contact name. They are proper noun, so they should start with a capital letter. Now, the contact phone number is gonna have a special format too. So the area code, which is 803, should have an open and close parentheses. After the area code, there should be a space. Then the first three digit of the number, then a dash, and then no space in between, just a dash, and then the last four. If this is your first time filling out a form, please ask assistance because we will definitely help you out on that. You will get familiar on how things are being filled out, but if it's your first time, feel free to ask. All right. Next, contact email. You've obtained this on your call. You just have to kind of put that there. The state. You also can ask the borrower which state they're located, but based on the phone number, it's just easy. There are a lot of tools online that can determine which state they're in. So you could just simply Google that. The industry, well, if you could ask in the call as well while waiting for the transfer, while waiting for the lenders to answer the call. You could ask which industry does their business belong to make sure. And also, well, a lot of times you could easily pick on which industry does their business belong to based on the name. But to be sure, you may want to ask that. Okay? Next, what is the best time to reach you? So this, I think, is that the best answer here would always be the time where you have contacted them. But just feel free to round off the time. I don't want you to be putting like 12:30, 12:45, 12:01. Just put 12 o'clock or 1 p.m. Whatever. Round off the time. Okay? Fax, just always put NA for not applicable. Are you the owner? Yes. How long have you been the owner of the business? You've asked this. How much do you deposit per month? Now, there is a format for this. There always should be a dollar sign, and then there should be always a comma on the appropriate space that it has to be in. Then, do you need the money right away? Just put in yes. The requested amount, same thing. It should have a dollar sign and then the comma. Next is why do they want the funds? So why do they need the money? You've asked this previously on your pre-qualification question. Next is have you had difficulty getting approved? You just have to type in no. Do you process credit card? You may want to check with us what you'd want to put there. Okay, and then FICO. This is the credit score. You've asked that as well in your pre-qualification questions. Do you have equity? And then is your property paid down? Just put in no. And then what are the balances of your loan? You just have to put something there if you were able to ask. But if not, let us know. We could work things out for that. Not that really important. So the last thing, select the company or agent. So this is where, remember we checked Ringba a while ago? If you know that the call went to, let's just go back to that slide. So say for example, Real Business Solutions, okay? You have to ensure that the company here is correct, Real Business Solutions. You have to select, because if you picked a different company, a different lender will be getting the information, and that the lead that you just transferred will be incorrect. Okay? It may sound overwhelming. It looks overwhelming at first, but it's not, guys. You just have to get the hang of it. We'll help you out on your first couple of sales. It's easy. You'll get used to it. Okay? And then once you've submitted the form, that already is considered as a sale. All right? Next. Checking duplicates. All right. So I mentioned a while ago, one of the tools that we're using is Agent Verif Sheet. So an Agent Verif Sheet is going to be shared amongst everyone. Basically, the Agent Verif Sheet is a Google Sheet that tells what date did a lead has been sent. Okay? Duplicate means that specific lead or borrower that you're talking or dealing with has already been connected to one of our lenders within the last 30 days. Okay? So, obviously, there are some leads that could be repeated. Okay? But if that lead that you're talking to has been connected to any of our lenders within the last 30 days, we're prohibited in transferring them again. That's why we have the agent verif sheet to check if the lead that you're talking to can be transferred or not. You'll get the hang of it. Okay? Again, you'll get the hang of it. At first, it will just take time for you to check it, but we will help you. We will help you in checking duplicates. Okay? But just general knowledge about checking duplicates, leads that has been sent within the last 30 days cannot be resent to any lenders. You have to wait for another 30 days for them to be transferred. Okay? Next, rapport and cold call conversation. So I'll be sending you as well a separate, included in this email package is the rapport and cold call conversation documents. The rapport basically is a document that will help you be more familiar on how it is to create a solution-based sales script. The cold call conversion is a document that will teach you on how you could do your rebuttal in every objection. So the goal really, guys, is for you to be able to go over the resistance. Not every one of them will say yes right away. But if you hear someone say no, that doesn't mean that's the end of the conversation. That's only the beginning of it. All right? Again, if someone says no, that's not the end of the conversation. That's just the beginning of it. Now, if you really have mastered the rapport and cold call conversion, you will be able to pass that initial resistance and convert that no customer into yes, and convert that yes customer into a sale. All right? So please familiarize yourself in the rapport and cold call conversion. All right. Next, pay per lead. So this is now the exciting part. So how much are we being paid? Now, we used to have an hourly rate in our team, but recently it's just been converted over to a pure commission base. Okay? For rehash leads, it's going to be paid $15. So rehash, meaning the lead that you're talking to, or the lead that you have transferred to, already has been a sale in the past. So it's obviously not going to be hard for you to convert the call because, again, they have been transferred to a lender in the past. So a rehash lead is $15 for fresh lead. So fresh lead meaning they haven't talked to any of our lender. That's the first time that we're going to be transferring them. You will be paid $20 for that. And our pay is every week. And then it's, as what I mentioned, it's going to be paid through PayPal. All right, calling hours. Calling hours is from 10 p.m. till 6 a.m. Monday to Friday. So we start 10 p.m. on Monday. We end 6 a.m. on a Saturday because Saturday, 6 a.m., our time is just Friday in the U.S. Okay? And just FYI, you're not really required to do specific hours. You could call out anytime you want. But obviously, the longer hours you work, the higher chance of getting more leads, right? More leads, more sales, more money for everyone. Okay? Now, if you're interested in joining the team, comment in this video, interested. That's very important. Comment in this video, interested. Also, please, if you can subscribe to my channel, I would be really, really happy to see you in my channel because this is probably where I'd be putting more of my training materials. And aside from that, well, I also do some contents. And just be in my network. And then send me a 1-minute voice recording made via vukaroo.com. So go to vukaroo.com, record yourself, do a 1-minute recording, and do a self-introduction. So do well on that because I probably won't be doing interviews any longer. I won't. I hate doing interviews. I probably will just be talking to you, but not really do interviews. So if you do well on your recording, I'll get you in the team, and then send it to my email. Let me just get a notepad and let me type in my okay. So if you're interested, send the link of your voice recording to my email address. It's Dave Santa Ana at teamdave.co. No M, so that's Dave Santa Ana at teamdave.co. So here's my email address. Send the link, and then the subject is applicant. Or no, let's just put it synergy applicant. Important that you follow that, because if I don't see synergy applicant, I won't be able to accommodate you. There are tons of emails that I get every day, but feel free to just put in synergy applicant. All right, and from there, I will be letting you know on when you'd be starting working with my team. So any question, feel free to email me back, and I'm looking forward to be working with you. I hope you learned something today. Looking forward to scale and jumpstart your freelancing career. Guys, I've helped hundreds, if not thousands, of virtual assistants in the past. There are tons of opportunities in my team, and this is the place where we could start building relationship. Let me help you out. I'm excited to see you in my team. Thanks so much, guys. You have a wonderful day.